Hello my friends, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make the perfect profiteroles that will be fail proof as long as you follow all these steps exactly. So if you would like to make these umptuous, gorgeous profiteroles, then make sure you carry on watching this video. The ingredients that you will need are 150 milliliters of water mixed up with 55 grams of butter. You'll need 75 grams of plain flour, 2 large eggs. Then you'll need 250 milliliters of double cream to fill them with. And then to make the ganache chocolate topping, you will need 250 milliliters of double cream and 125 grams of chocolate. I am using half dark chocolate and half milk chocolate, but it's whatever you prefer. The very first thing that you want to do is preheat your oven to 200 degrees. Fan, all the conversions are in the description, so make sure you have a look. And what you want to do is you want to bring up the water and the butter for the profiteroles. You want to bring that up to the boil, and that is what I'm going to be doing in this pan. In the meantime, while you're waiting for that to bubble up, then you could whip up your double cream and get that ready. You will need 2 piping bags for this, and I have just greased and lined 2 tins that I'm going to put my profiteroles on. So if you see here, the butter and the water is bubbling, and then you want to add in your flour, and then you just want to really give this a good mix to incorporate all of the flour. So it doesn't look that appetizing right now, I know, but you want to keep mixing it until all the flour has been used up and there's no big bits of flour. You'll know when this is done when it comes away from the side. So just keep mixing, and you want to mix it into a ball. So if you see it's starting to come together now, keep mixing, because I can still see bits of flour, like clumps of flour that I just don't want. So you've got to really give this a good beating. If you see now that the dough is coming away from the sides, okay, and it's forming like quite a nice dough ball here, this is when you want to take it off the heat and add it into a mixing bowl. So if you can see, it's just steaming slightly, and now what you want to do is just add 1 of the eggs in first. Don't add both of them, and then you're just going to whisk this in vigorously. Now that's been mixed in, you want to add your last egg, and then you're just going to whisk this vigorously too, and then make sure that it comes into like a nice dough ball. Now what you want to do is add this mixture into here. So use the spatula, go around the outside, just get all of this, just place it into the piper bag. And then what you want to do is just snip the end, so just cut off a little bit like so. Then you want to push it right down. Then you want to pipe on the mixture like so. Then using some water from a measuring jug, you want to dip your hands in, and then you just want to poke down all of the top bits of the choux pastry. Now it doesn't matter that you get water on the tray, that's actually a good thing because this will help them rise. Now that these are all piped on, they are ready to go in the oven for 12 minutes. After that 12 minutes, you want to turn down the oven to 180 degrees and cook it for a further 12 minutes. Now, do not open that oven door, because if you open that oven door prematurely, then your profiteroles will just collapse, and that won't be a good profiterole. So what will happen in the oven is the leavening agent is the steam, and then that helps to create the profiteroles puff up. The steam is created from the water and the egg content in the choux pastry, and what happens is the egg proteins in there will stretch, and then that will help cause the hollow center, and then that is why you can then pipe it with your cream or whatever you fancy to pipe it in with. So that's just a little bit of the science with it. I'm then going to show you how to make the chocolate ganache and fill them and share with you the end product. So I'll see you when these are done. Whenever you make a ganache, you want to make sure that it's on a ratio of 2 to 1. So you've got more cream, you've got double the cream than what there is of the chocolate. Now what I've done for this is I've put it in a glass bowl, and then I've put it on top of a saucepan that's got just a little bit of water underneath, and then this is going to slowly melt down the chocolate and then heat up the cream. So it might look really weird like it's split, okay, that's fine. You've just got to keep going, keep stirring it. And then what will happen is that the chocolate will fully melt, and then the cream will start to thicken, and it will just combine as one mixture. So if you just see now, that really doesn't look right at all. Just keep going, and as it heats up, it will all come together, and you've just got to keep stirring it. So here we have it, the gorgeous glossy ganache that is just perfect to go on top of the profiteroles. Now what I'll do is I'll turn off all the heat, but I'm going to leave it on the top of the saucepan just to keep warm and to make sure that it doesn't form a skin over the top, ready to put on my profiteroles. Ooh, look at these little beauties. So they've come out the oven, and all I did was just pierce them, just using a sharp knife, just to make a hole so then it's easier to insert the cream. So you want to make sure that they're completely cool before you do add the cream, otherwise it will start to melt. Very easy. You get your piping bag. I've already whipped up the double cream and got prepared. Then you push that into the profiterole, and then you want to fill up each of them until it starts coming out of the sides there. And you want to make sure you've got a plate ready to put them on. Once you've filled all the profiteroles, then you want to portion them up. So get whatever bowl or plate you want to put them on. And I've roughly put up 5 profiteroles, because otherwise it'd be too much, because they are actually quite filling, especially after you've had a main meal as well. And then what you want to do is just pour over some of this ganache. So there we have it, some gorgeous profiteroles that are puffed up to perfection with the chocolate ganache. Tasting is always the best bit. So perfect. Make sure you catch me in the week for more videos. If you like what you see, I'll make sure you subscribe and hit the notifications button so you know exactly when my videos are being posted. I will see you in my next video.